up, YouTube? Today we got another short unboxing first impression video of a knife that I just recently purchased from Amazon. It's a brand I've never heard of. Not sure if either one of you guys have heard of it, but it's a relatively new brand. Budget knives, and they have a lot of discounts on Amazon on their knives. So I figured I'll pick one up. I mean, can't be that bad. It's got decent reviews on Amazon. Of course, you can't always go by Amazon reviews, so which I usually don't. I mean, I look at them, but yeah, I would definitely not go by, especially certain items, because every person is different. Every person thinks about uh, items differently. But yeah, so we got a new knife that not sure if that was recently released or if that's an older release. You guys maybe can let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. It's the Fintiso Rook. It doesn't say it on the package in the back. It just says Fintiso 3.5-inch folding white knife white. But yeah, it's on the Amazon website. It says it's the Fintiso Rook. So let's look at it. What we got here? Got a quality thick style box. You got a user manual. I guess for pretty much every knife they carry. And then you got your pouch, which is pretty similar to the CVVs. It seems maybe a little thinner overall, but yeah, you got that. It only has space for one knife. So you got your knife, and then you got your cleaning cloth, some extra screws, a sticker, and then some QR code. No booklet, which is only was there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you got your knife. So yeah, I know this is not I would say this is the pretty common knife that I usually pick up. The reason I picked this up was I wanted something different. Just in general, all my knives just seem to be pretty large, pretty bulky knives usually. But I wanted something different this time, and I want to expand my field and what's out there in knives. So, as you can see, this is white G10. It's also, not sure if you can see this in the camera, but it's got some texture, or not texture. It's really smooth, but it got I don't know how to describe it. This is very smooth. Similar, I don't know if you've seen my review of the petrified fish beluga. It's very similar to that. Even though it looks textured here, it only has really texture here on the edge, but everything else is relatively smooth. The same on the other side. It's got a two color G10 scales, white and black, or yeah, it's a black. It is, like I said, it's a pretty thin knife compared to most of the knives that I usually use or so far have reviewed on my channel. It's got a steel pocket clip, which is also very slim. It's it's probably deep carry. The clip is non-reversible, even though the funny thing is on the description of this knife, it says reversible pocket clip for deep carry. But their photo actually shows the knife outside the pocket and hung into. I mean, it's really weird. I don't know if that's just something that Fintiso, the brand, didn't realize what they did, or they just thought that's how people carry it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I have never heard of this brand before. But yeah, all in all, it's a Not too large knife, but also not too small. It's just slim. It's a slim profile. So let's do a quick comparison just to see, so you guys see what how big about what this knife is. So overall length, it's right there, pretty much with the V Equivoc and the Drift LCT. Yeah, they're pretty similar in length. This is the Rook might be just a hair longer, not by much. But yeah, it's pretty similar in length. So then we got the CBB Placoid, which is definitely longer, and also the Sencut. What was it called? I forgot its name. Sorry. Either way, this is longer, but also way thick. Like way wider in profile, carry profile. Here would be the Beluga that I just recently reviewed. So they're very similar in length. Just the Beluga is, of course, a much thicker or much wider knife in height. In height itself, in thickness, they're very similar actually. If you look at it, I'm not sure. Hold on. There you go. Carry profile. They're pretty identical in thickness, just the thickness itself. So they are pretty identical in length and in thickness, just the height of the knife is much smaller. And then here you got your small little Lander one in comparison. So let's check the weight real quick on this guy. Yeah, it's 3.68 ounces, so just a little bit more than 3.5 ounces. What I expected. It's a very light knife in comparison to most of the knives that I own. But yeah, so let's do. So while we're at it, might as well do a hardware check too. A little screwdriver set. So we got T8 on the pivot. We got oh, this is not even a screw. This is interesting. I thought this was a screw at first. This is like a little diamond inlay in the back. That's weird. Okay. And then you got your I didn't even see that. I thought that was a screw. But yeah, no, this is like a, I don't know if you can see this. This is like a diamond inlay. And your other hardware screws of the handle are T6s. Yeah, that one's covered under the pocket clip, but the pocket clip screws are T6s as well. So yeah, like I said in the last video, budget knives a lot of times are just still going with T6s for whatever reason. Yeah, besides that, it's a good looking knife. It's a different design than what I'm used to. And let's talk about deployment methods. You got your thumb hole, and you got your front flipper. So you got two deployment methods. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it's a little different. Oh, there you go. All right, so blade steel is, as you can see, this is 14C28N. So hold on, let me get I might as well get the cleaning cloth of this knife, since we already got it out. There you go. Now it's cleaner. So, yeah, but overall, it's a very thin blade, seems like. Let's get the blade stock real quick on this one. Okay, so we got reflection here. Yeah, 113. So that's a relatively thin blade stock. Overall, like I said, it's you got not much branding on this knife. You got the brand here, Fintiso. You got the blade steel here. Other than that, it's got the F. Just like many budget knife, or in general, many knife makers do this lately. They put their logo on the pivot. You got an interesting design. Like I said, it's a nice design. I mean, this intrigued me. That's why I bought it. It's something different. So let's check out the length in the opened position comparison versus the other knives. So we got the VA Quivik. We got the Drift LCT. This knife, the Rook, is I'd say about 1/8 of an inch longer than both. Let's go with the CVV Placoid and the Sencut Frontera. Now I got it. They're both longer, definitely. So those are both longer than the Rook. And then let's check out the Beluga. That is also about a 1/4 inch longer than the Rook. And last but not least, the little Lander 1, which is quite a bit shorter. So overall, let's get some measurements on this boy. So we got a overall length on the knife of 8 and 1/16. Yeah, it's 8 and 1/16 long. We got a blade length of right 3.5. I mean, like on the dot 3.5 inches. And we also got a cutting edge, just a hair short of 3.5. So the cutting edge is almost as long as the blade, which is nice. So 3.5 inch blade, a little bit more than 3.5 inch weight ratio, or a little bit more than 3.5 ounces for a 3.5 inch blade. It's close to the ratio when you want to have it. So let's try the reverse flick. Seems to be working good. The opening one more time also works good. It's pretty smooth. I think it has to, because the blade is so thin and so light, it needs a little bit extra, a few days or so, maybe just a few flicks, like a couple hundred or so. Oops. Yeah, this is definitely different because it's so slim. I'm not used to slim knives, to be honest. Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, it's getting used to the handle profile, but overall, let's see, the slow roll works too. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty decent knife, pretty good looking knife. Let's check out the blade sharpness on this one. The Beluga was pretty disappointing in that way, but let's see. This is a thin blade. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the factory edge on that one is, let's see. Yeah, this is slicey. This is definitely a very slicey blade. See, I mean, this is, I literally hardly have to touch it, and it's going through the paper. So yeah, this is a slicey blade, and the factory edge on this one is pretty good. Of course, you can always make the edge a little better, but just plain simple factory edge is a really good edge. So yeah, first impression, it's a good looking knife. It's a decent sized knife. It's something I have to get used to, but yeah, I mean, carry profile is slim. It's a lightweight knife. It's got the steel pocket clip. It's got the, as you can see, the steel liner lock. It's got steel liners here. Overall, it's a nice knife. I would definitely, first impression wise, I would recommend this. If you want to pick it up, this is like a $49.99 right now on Amazon, and it has a 25% off coupon. So you end up paying $40 for this knife with 14C 28 and steel. If you like this style of knife, I would recommend this definitely. It's a front flipper, so depending on, if you want to learn front flipping, or if you want to, if that's something you never had before, like for me, honestly, the Beluga was the first front flipper I've ever had. This is my second one now. I've never had that before, so I figured, for the prices those knives cost, good to learn the methods, especially different handle profiles makes this interesting. Different blade shapes, all in general. But yeah, it's in general, this is a very, in my opinion, sorry for the reflection here. This is a very good looking knife. And to be honest, I would definitely recommend this as a pickup for $40. You can't really go wrong with this knife. It's a decent, good looking knife. Brand Fintiso. Like I said, I've never heard of them before. I've seen a couple of reviews of other channels on Amazon, on YouTube, but yeah, it's not that common. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta test stuff out, and I mean, like I said, $40 Amazon. It's not rocket science, or it's not that hard to just grab something, and if you don't like it, you can, Amazon policy, you just return it. So, but yeah, that's it for today for this knife. And if you guys like my content, I would appreciate if you comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys around on the next one.